to a new video. My name is Joop from the Clips, aka Macaroni with the Cheese, and today, 7th of April 2024, I got a brand new videos for you guys. And today we're gonna talk about a few subjects. We're gonna talk about the overall market update, the Fear and Greed Index, the SPY, gold, dollar. I got a few subjects that I want to share with you guys. The fix, Amazon. This video basically gonna talk about Amazon. A few market updates about a few stocks. ExxonMobil, Meta as the winners. Amazon. We got a few losers still losing. Tesla at $164, and a few consumative stocks are pretty much losing because of the war in Gaza, Israel, Palestine. So these are the subjects that I'm gonna talk with you guys today. With that being said, let's get started. The current market price of the S&P 500 is at 5,204, and we have had a pullback. As you can see, we in the red. So the first week of the Q2 is basically down. So as I've been telling in my previous videos, we could see some lower numbers, but at the overall long term, we're still bullish. The SPY, basically the same thing as the SPY is basically the tracker of the S&P 500. So the sentiment of the market, well, that's a new thing. We were in extreme greed like a month ago. No, a month ago we were in greed, as you can see. A week ago we also were in greed. It was at 73 and then it went back to 69, and previous close was at neutral 50, but now we went back to 61 because the market had a pullback, so everyone was a little bit scared. You saw it all over on Twitter, but now we're back in greed. So it's basically lining up as what I've been thinking, but that doesn't mean that we still could see a pullback. So that's basically the sentiment of the Fear and Greed Index of the overall market. The fix is also a good indicator. It's basically telling you how volatile the market is, and I've been seeing that the fix has been going up, as you can see. So I put a alert on the 17 mark, but it went all the way up to 16, and now it's coming back, as you can see. You see the red candle right here. So that means it was planning to go up, but then it basically went back. So unless it's going up until 20, that means the market is still not volatile enough to see a specific amount of changes, pullbacks. But so we're still bullish on the long term, but as I've been telling you guys before, you could see some pullbacks in the market. So my next subject, and that's basically the main reason that I want to make this video, is Amazon. Amazon is a very, very big company, is very important as of selling products. A lot of people are making money, entrepreneurs, with the whole supply chain of Amazon, but Amazon also has its own AWS, the web services, cloud services, and many companies are basically utilizing this cloud services. So Amazon is concluding a $4 billion investment in Anthropic. It's basically an AI company. You can put it next to ChatGPT of Microsoft, and I've been using ChatGPT also for my YouTube videos and doing some researches. So Microsoft is basically backed ChatGPT, OpenAI. So now Amazon made the decision to invest in a startup company called Anthropic, and they basically put in a $4 billion investment deal. And it's pretty interesting to see what Amazon is pretty much planning to do with this company. So deepening on our commitment to advancing generative AI, today we have an update on announcement. We have to invest up to $4 billion in Anthropic, a minority ownership position in the company. Last September, we made an initial investment of $1.25 billion. So Amazon is pretty much gearing up to play the game, generative AI. So Amazon is basically invested in a company called Anthropic, and their ChatGPT application or program called Claude, and it's very interesting. And I made some few tweaks. So Claude is the new player of the third one that they already had. They had Haiku, they had Sonnet, and now the last one is Claude 3. Opus is the name, so that's the Claude 3 family. So I will leave a link in the subscription to check out those articles. I'm not going to deep depth in what Anthropic is doing, but keep in mind that Amazon is basically trying to take a piece of the market as of generative AI, and they're doing this by investing in Claude 3. So as you can see, ChatGPT has around 86.4 as come for underrated gravel level knowledge. So these are a few things that they tested on, and they basically put Claude 3 Opus next to it. And as you can see is that the Claude 3 Opus basically performed better than the GPT-4. But I saw another video of another YouTube channel that he basically put 2 and 2 together, and he had his pros and cons with Claude 3, and he had his pros and cons with GPT-4. So you have to do your own research to see which one of those AI applications is basically working for you. So I put them together, as you can see. So you can test this one out, the Claude 3, on chat.lmsys.org. So it basically put the Turbo, GPT part 4 and the Claude 3 versus against each other. And I basically searched up how I can create some new ideas, and these were the answers of Claude 3, and ChatGPT also had its answers, and I was pretty much happy with both of those answers. So it pretty much could help me on how I could develop my YouTube channel more. And I pretty much put up some subjects like new ideas for my YouTube channel, and my profession, and what is my goal and what is my background, and these were the answers. So I'm pretty much happy with the answers that Claude 3 Opus gave me, but I'm also happy with the answer that GPT-4 gave me. But you have to do your own due diligence on what AI machine you want to use. Is it Claude 3 or is it GPT-3? So that's for you to make up. So Claude 3 is basic one of Amazon, and GPT is one of Microsoft. So back to Amazon. So Amazon also made an announcement that is gonna work with the big guy, Nvidia. So they have been working for 13 years now. If you've not been sleeping under a rock, you all have seen what Nvidia has been doing lately. So these are the charts of Nvidia and Amazon. So Nvidia was last 2 years, in October 2022, it was around $100. It basically made a run all the way up, and it almost touched the $1,000 area, but it did not. It basically stopped around $900. So as you can see, it went significantly up, and almost, I don't know how much percent it is, but 700%, as you can see. So Nvidia is basically the big guy as it comes of chips. Is the market leader of chips. It's the market leader of AI. It makes big chips for generative AI, artificial intelligence. So all those guys want a piece of the pie to work with Nvidia. So Nvidia had basically a relationship with Amazon for 13 years, and they are planning to continue this partnership. And yeah, so it's very interesting. So what these guys are doing and what their development is in considering of generative AI. So what these guys are planning is basically the AWS, and I'm reading this from an article, is to offer Nvidia a Grace Blackwell GPU based Amazon EC2 instance and Nvidia DGX cloud to accelerate performance of building and running inference on multi-train parameter LMS. And it's going to be an AI supercomputer built exclusively on AWS with DGG Cloud, an Amazon SEC SageMaker integration with Nvidia NIM inference microservices helps customer further optimize price performance of foundation models running on GPU. Between AWS and Nvidia accelerates AI innovation across the healthcare and life science. So a lot of positive thing. You have to keep in mind that two of the biggest monsters are basically going to work with each other. The one has the chips and the one has the cloud unlocked. So if these two companies are going to work together, it's going to be bananas. So that's the reason that I want to share the video with you guys. I'm not going too deep in depth because of the whole tech jargon, and I'm not familiar with all those subjects, but I do know that when two giants come together, it's going to be bananas. It's going to be a big deal. So that's basically the main reason why I wanted to make this video for you guys, is to basically always be aware of what those big guys are doing, what are the new developments in talks of new the generative AI and artificial intelligence, because that's the new thing. That's basically what I want to share with you guys about Amazon and Nvidia. I also have a few shares of Amazon in my portfolio, and I'm planning to add more because I'm pretty much very positive on this stock and what this has for us in the tank for the next few years, 5-10 years. So my next subject is, let me see, Meta. Meta is also one company that's been doing it great. So Meta was, a few years ago, Meta was around 80 bucks, and it's now 527 bucks per share, as you can see. So back in November 2022, it was around $90, as you can see, and it basically rallied up around 480%. Man, shit is going bananas. As you can see, the chart are ridiculous of how much gain they are making. So pretty much interesting. And keep in mind that Meta is also an artificial intelligence company working with a lot of data. So keep that in mind. So another stock that I want to share with you guys is ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil is doing it great, as in electricity green, and it's now at $121 per share, and also doing it great. It basically rallied up since the COVID numbers. It was around $30, and it now 40x, $120 per share. So as I've been telling you guys on my social media, we live in a very, very, very special time with everything that's happening in the world. And it's getting pretty extreme, as you can see in the financial market. But these moments always have a big chance, a big opportunity for you to gain. So that's why I make this video for you guys to watch those stocks, because it's going bananas. Keep in mind that in 4 years it already went 4x. So like 30-40 years ago, this wasn't possible. It wasn't possible for a stock to do 4x within 4 years. So keep that in mind. 4x within 4 years. Shit is bananas. But let's continue. So the Apple stock is still getting hit day by day. Apple is not doing it great, and Apple has planned to leave the business of making cars. They now want to go to creating robots. And Apple basically said, Tim Cook, the CEO, basically said that the new winning team is about robots in-house. And we all know that Tesla already been started with making some robots in-house. So it's pretty much interesting to see what those companies basically want. Yeah, I like to show you the articles, and that I'm not basically trying to sell some bullshit. So I like to share those articles with you. So Apple reportedly developing robots that roam your home. So that's basically where they are planning on. They were planning to make some cars, but nobody is waiting on an iCar. It's a great idea, but it's not gonna work. So after shelving its self-driving car project, the phone maker is eyeing bots as its next big thing, according to Bloomberg. So that's what I've been telling you, is that Apple is switching from making cars to robots, and that's basically the new thing. So my next subject is Tesla. Tesla is still getting hit because of the high interest rates, and it's pretty much difficult for Tesla to keep their heads up. So the current price of Tesla is around 164.90 cents per share. And as you can see, Tesla is basically been going down since the beginning of this year. It's only going down. At the beginning of this year, the shares were $250, and it's been going down since 2021. So I've not been adding shares on my Tesla, but on my portfolio, but I do think that maybe in the future Tesla will continue to go up. But for now, we have to basically wait and see what Tesla is going. They still continue with some good development, but because of the deliveries of cars, they basically failed on the delivery, is also a bad news, a bad indicator for the stock to go much lower. Okay, so I always tell you guys to diversify your portfolio. I always tell you guys not to only invest in a few stocks. Don't make your portfolio consist of one stock particularly, but you have to diversify. Also, you have to diversify in another assets, as in gold, as in real estate, and etc. So what I've been seeing is basically because of the war in Israel and Palestine, has been a big boycott of these consumer stocks, consumer defensive stocks like Starbucks, HSY, McDonald's, Pepsi, YMT, PG, Cost, and Boeing company are basically consumer defensive stock. That means those stocks are always in the plus or in the minus. It doesn't matter if the country is in war and etc. But at this specific point, we've seen an amount of significant bad news on stocks like McDonald's and Starbucks because of the war in Israel and Palestine. People are basically boycotting these companies, and we have, as I've been telling you guys, is that the world is basically mad because they are basically sharing their funds with the IDF, the soldiers of Israel. And we even have seen that McDonald's have been sending Happy Meals for those soldiers. So Starbucks union workers striking over alleged ban of Mont Decor. Now that's not the subject, but this is the one. Starbucks and the union organized workers are now suing each other in federal court over social media post that was sent out by the workers union supporting Palestine in light of Israel Hamas. So basically there's a big boycott going on with these companies. Starbucks, Workers United, logo appears on the shirt of person attending a hearing. There's a lot going on. People are not amused with the whole narrative that Starbucks is doing. So and you can see that in the stock. You can see that the stock has basically been plummeting. It's now around at $86, and I do think it can reach some lower numbers. And that's also the same for McDonald's, the big company. It even lost the trend line of the simple moving average that was around $277. So as you can see, it basically lost the momentum here. This was like a trend line that it was holding. So you could see some lower levels. And if McDonald's is gonna reach some lower levels, as you can see around here, it's a significant support line, and here, this could be the moment that I could add some shares if it goes around here. And that's also for Starbucks here and here. So that could be a good moment to see if I could add some shares. But for now, there's a lot going on. And you could also make the decision if you as a person want to invest in those stocks that basically are benefiting those wars at the other side of the world. But that's a decision that you have to make for your own. I'm just sharing my view on how I see it, and you have to do your own due diligence on what your position. So we have seen those consumer defensive stocks are basically going down because of the whole boycott in Israel and Palestine because of the war. That's basically what I wanted to share. The main subject of my video is because of the big guys, the AWS, Nvidia, the extended collaboration to advanced generative AI innovation. And this is huge, guys. This is very, very huge. So keep in mind that we have to do a due diligence of what those guys are doing, those big guys, because those guys are basically leading the way of what we can see for the next 15, 20 years. So keep that in mind. We have to do a due diligence of what those big guys are doing. I hope you like this video. I hope you learned something today. Follow me on my social media. Follow me on my YouTube. And yeah, let's keep it banging. Let's learn from each other day by day. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay invested. We out.